With January right around the corner, it is time to set up our first full month spread in our 2025 journal. I'm NierOracle, and if you're new here, welcome. So for this month's theme, I was heavily inspired by some china that I had inherited from my grandma, and also from this cute little origami pack at Daiso, which have really cute designs, and I thought it would go well with this month's theme. By the way, all the items being used in this video will be listed down in the description below. I am not affiliated to any of these links or stores, but if you like and subscribe to my channel, one day we could be. The first item I was really excited to make is this little envelope, and this is perfect considering I was using the origami paper, so it was really easy to shape and bend considering how malleable origami paper can be, and it was super duper easy. I'm also folding this piece because I'm going to use it as a backing for the envelope. Overall, I'm planning on doing something a little bit different than what I'm normally used to doing, and that's a bingo board that I'll be putting on the left side of the spread, and on the right side, we'll be doing our usual month at a glance. During this process of making January's theme, I had the theme pretty much dedicated to these flowers, and most of the setup for this month was planned. But I found myself struggling a little bit to keep it new and creative because this theme is a bit out of my wheelhouse. For example, this January font is something I was not expecting to do. I just wanted something blue and wispy and airy. That way it could still match our beautiful flower design. So overall, I enjoyed the idea of the bingo board. However, I wanted to throw in something a little bit different. So I decided to put a little paper veil, if you would, over our bingo board. That way, the bingo board is our little secret. Plus, I thought this origami paper was the perfect size to kind of cover it up, but still be able to incorporate this really pretty design. I also got these little frames from Daiso. They call them sticker flakes. I don't know why, but they're essentially stickers. They do have a little bit of a foggy filter on them, you could say. And also all of these little purple butterflies and purple flowers and crystals you'll see, I also got those from my local Daiso. So one thing I wanted to incorporate in my 2025 journal is a future me. Basically what this is, I will be writing my future self a letter that I will be opening up next January, so a year from now, reminding my future self of any highlights that happened in the past year. Your letter can include anything such as how many subscribers you have by the end of the year, or any treasured moments that you want to keep in a secret place. This could even be an encouraging letter to yourself, letting you know that the times in the past year may have been difficult, but don't give up hope because the next year has so much more in store for you. I was really inspired by this Future Me setup by Joshi Korin. So shout out to Joshi, I really do love your videos, and thank you for always being so inspiring with your journaling ideas and also trackers especially. I also had some extra room here at the bottom of our month at a glance, and I decided to incorporate a wins for January. I do write wins for Jan, but this is for January. Sorry for any Jans out there. I've never incorporated a wins for any of my previous journals. Is a little different for me, but I'm excited to give it a try. The bingo board is something completely new to me. I love playing bingo, but I've never incorporated one in my journal before. Bingo boards are goals that you can accomplish throughout the year, or in this case, throughout the month, such as wash your dog beds, schedule video recordings, or even simple things such as going on a picnic with one of your mods, or bigger things like cleaning out your office because you have a stationary tornado that you need to clean up after. And not only that, you also get a free space because we can all use a little bit of a freebie in our life. I'm also covering up the first Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of the month considering that January actually starts on a Wednesday. But overall, with the extra washi tape in its place, I feel like it really pulled everything together, and I'm super happy with the January spread. If I'm gonna be honest, this style is something that I would never really do. So the fact that we're incorporating a lot of fluffy flowers, it feels really nice to try something different. I say floofy flowers because when I was growing up in high school, I was always the goth nerdy girl who always played Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, or video games. And I was never really into the fluffy flower sparkly stuff. But now I'm really starting to love it. The technique I'm using here isn't really much of a technique, but I'm just letting the pen bleed into the torn edge of the paper. That way it almost looks a little bit burned. And I really love how it brought in the watercolor aspect of my theme. So in the second week, we're going to be doing a vertical layout. As you can see, in the first week of January, we did a horizontal layout, so I decided to switch it up. I absolutely love the floral design on this paper, and I wanted to use as much of it as I could in this spread, and I thought the vertical layout would be the perfect place. Again, I just went in with my Tombow markers and bled that ink on the torn edges so we could incorporate more of that tie-dye look. Then I decided to frame this spread with a watercolor-based acrylic marker that I had just received from the Archer and Olive subscription box. And I really think that the blue is so pretty and matches with these flowers really, really well. I will say that the nibs on these are really hard, and they could be a bit fussy. Maybe I'm applying pressure too hard or too light for them to work properly, but I have noticed that they skip and that they also kind of leave like a spray if you're not careful when writing or drawing out your designs. I also got this super cute corner hole puncher, and it is so stinking cute. Look at it. It's a little tulip. I love how it also scallops the edges. I don't know. I just think it looks cute, okay? I couldn't help myself. So moving on to week 3, I wanted to do something a bit more simple and airy and open, considering we used a lot of craft paper in the first 2 weeks. So I just wanted to do a good old Tombow highlight every other line spread for week 3. As much as I love the floral designs in the first 2 weeks, sometimes having a nice, open, airy kind of feel to one of the weeks that you have in your journal can really help you feel less stressed. I notice that when there's a lot of clutter, whether it be in my home or in my journal, I tend to get a little stressed out. So having those breaks can also help you de-stress, having those open, airy feels in your journal. So I took my corner hole punch, lined it up with the corner next to the Sunday, and really accentuated that watercolor look on its torn edge with these Tombow brush pens. Bottom of it tore off because there was so much ink and it got a little too wet. So I decided to incorporate it on the bottom right. That way it's not too heavy on top or too heavy on the bottom. And again, we're going in with this beautiful washi tape, and I'm so happy with how week 3 turned out. I feel like it really gives us that nice break from all the busy floral design, but still incorporating a little bit of that watercolor. So moving on to week 3, we're going back to doing a horizontal layout and also wanted to incorporate more of that watercolor look. So I accentuated it in the torn edges, as you can see, and I think it turned out so pretty. So I thought it would be a cool concept to try and incorporate more of that watercolor feel to divide the days throughout the week, but it didn't turn out as cool as I had imagined. So fortunately, I was able to dig through my treasure trove and I found this beautiful relic. It is gilded ink. It's a paper pad. If I can find it, I will definitely link it in the description below. So I just cut those out and I think it looks so pretty, a lot better than what we had before, and I gotta say, it was a lifesaver. And I'm super happy with how week 4 turned out. It is just gorgeous. And I'll probably be incorporating this into another month spread. So moving on to the final week of January. January is a very long month, so therefore there are 5 weekly spreads. It was difficult to incorporate everything I wanted in this spread without having it be too busy with just a little bit of that washi tape and some purpley stickers. I really think that the final week of January came out beautifully. Now that week 4 is complete, I wanted to go back to January's cover page to really enhance that watercolor look. I felt like it was a little lacking. And then go back to week 2 and incorporate more of that washi tape that you see throughout the weekly spreads. If you stuck around for this long, thank you so much for joining me in setting up our January spread with our secret bingo board. If you're interested in more journaling videos, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. Also, if you haven't clicked the like button or subscribed to my channel, now would be a lovely time to do so. We are so close to hitting 400 subscribers, and I can't thank you enough and being a part of our journaling community. I'm NierOracle, and thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the near future.